What's up, pimps? Another day, another exercise application assignment video. So, like I said, I'm pre-recording these before I go on break, but still got another workout in. Back in biceps today. I'm bringing back, there was something I used to do really early on in my training, which was behind the neck lat pull downs. And then, I kind of listened to a couple of guys and some advice is like, well, there's no point in doing it behind the neck, bad for your shoulder. It's pointless anyways, you're not really working the lats. And then, I learned a little bit more about anatomy and, learned just a little bit more about training in general. And frankly, it's better. I did not realize that the pecs have leverage in, your pulls. Your lower pecs do have a lot of leverage at the very top of the pull. So there's really no point like in doing the big stretch right here because you're not stretching your lats really. They're maximally stretched, and then after that it's just all pec. So it's like, what are you doing, right? And so I brought them back, and I gotta say, improvement. You know what I mean? I feel like my lats are making much better progress than they were previously, which is, what's the body part I'm trying to emphasize right now. Lats, triceps, and forearms are the main focus right now. So what did I do today? I did back and triceps. Started out, did my behind the neck lat pull down, super wide grip. The wider grip reduces the angle of humeral elevation, so it's primarily more lats. Then I did what's it called? Kind of read my own handwriting here. I did seated single arm rows, but I have it on the opposite cable stack. I'm bringing these back for a bit more thoracic lats. And then I did the same thing, but just a single arm pull down. Just because on that specific machine, I was doing the dual, the bilateral lat pull down, and it just felt like I was, at a certain point, I was kind of hitting the plateau. So moving to single arm. And then I hit triceps. I did the pullover press, the easy bar pullover press. I'm loving that movement for the triceps. And then single arm tricep push downs, and then I finished with some abs with cable crunches. So go to the part where I left off last in my notes. So heat production and loss. So we have our how do you spell that? Procoptic anterior hypothalamus, or POA. That's your thermostat of the body. So heat production, the metabolic processes and pathways. 80% of our energy is dissipated as heat, through all of our metabolic pathways, right? Then it's going to increase voluntarily through exercise, right? You're exercising, more glycolysis, more Krebs cycle, more PCR. One or multiple of those things. And then, what is it? So it's all going to increase involuntarily through shivering and non-shivering thermogenesis. So non-shivering thermogenesis is basically you're going to have an increase in thyroxine, which is going to increase your metabolic rate, and your catecholamines are going to go up to increase the metabolic rate. So you can lose heat through radiation, which is heat transfer via infrared rays without contact, down to concentration gradient from hot to cold. Conduction, transfer of heat down to concentrated gradient from touching things. I like to describe this as, have you ever been hot in bed? Putting your body up against a cold wall back there helps a lot. Convection, air or water is warmed by the heat transfer and moved away. So fans, like I got running right now, wind, and swimming in water, which water has a 25 times greater cooling effect than air. Or evaporation, this is a big one, this is why we sweat. Heat is transferred to the water on the skin, gets hot, enough to evaporate off the skin. It's dependent on 3 factors: ambient conditions, so the air temperature and relative humidity; vapor pressure on the skin must be greater in the air to evaporate off, influenced by relative humidity and body temperature, larger vapor pressure, relative humidity difference, and body temp and ambient difference equals, more cooling. So the presence and magnitude of convective currents also going to affect that, and the amount of skin surface exposed to the environment. Heat storage in the body during exercise. So your specific heat is the amount of energy required to elevate 1 kilogram of something 1 degree Celsius. So I'll cut it off right there. Get back to you next time.